Good morning. This is Sumana, working as Assistant Professor at Department of Biochemistry, Government City College, Nayapur, Hyderabad. Today's our topic is Frankel Conrad and Singer's experiment. These two scientists have done the experiment to prove that RNA is the genetic material in the viruses. See, up to now we have seen that DNA acts as a genetic material, but when it comes to the virus, there is a only protein and RNA is present. To prove that whether protein or RNA, which is a genetic material, to confirm that these scientists have done the experiment, we will discuss in detail. See, experimental evidence to prove nucleic acids as the genetic material. Either it may be nucleic acid or protein or RNA sugars, which is nucleic acid that need to be confirmed. So earlier an indirect method that has initially suggested that DNA as the genetic material came from the studies of the law of consistency. Okay, law of consistency. According to this law, the amount of DNA in different cell types of an individual or in different individuals of a species is always found to be constant and do not vary with the time, age and sex of an individual and also the cell types. So the observations were made by observing the amount of stain taken by the cells when stained with the basic dye, that is Fuelgen, by the cytophotometer. And this has suggested that DNA is probably the genetic material, but by no means it was proved. So after that, there are two indirect evidences which proves the DNA as a genetic material are, first one is the transforming principle, or else it is also called Avery's experiment. In this transforming experiment, he has studied in vivo, that is by giving the pneumococcus bacteria into the mouse, and he has tested, and based on the Avery's experiment in vivo, Avery and McCarthy they have done, but it was not proved. Then the experiment which is called Hershey and Chase experiment, or it is also called Blender's experiment, has proved that DNA is the genetic material. And these two experiments have proved that DNA as a genetic material, but when it comes to the viruses, there is no DNA at all in the virus. So to prove whether the RNA or protein, which is the genetic material, they have done the experiment, that is Frankel Conrad and Singer experiment, to prove RNA as a genetic material. And RNA as a genetic material, how they have investigated that? Some investigators of 1950 focused their attention on viruses containing protein and RNA but no DNA. Actually, viruses contain some viruses consisting of only protein and RNA, but there is no DNA. So there is no proper evidence that which is the genetic material in the viruses. And the poliomyelitis virus, influenza virus, and the virus that cause the mosaic disease in the tobacco plants, that is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, were thus shown to have genes made up of RNA. And earlier in 1935, W.M. Stanley has reported the isolation of a crystalline protein from infected tobacco plants which possessed the properties of tobacco mosaic virus, that is TMV. And continuing this work in 1950s, H. Frankel Conrad and his colleagues at the Berkeley, California, found that Stanley's crystals in fact consisting of ribonucleoproteins, a compound of protein and RNA. Actually, Stanley thought that TMV, which is the disease causing, may be the crystalline protein, but Frankel Conrad and his colleagues thought that it may be a ribonucleoprotein. It means which consisting of both protein and RNA. And they have designed the experiments to find out whether the genes of this virus were made up of RNA or protein or both. They want to experiment whether say alone RNA or protein or both together are showing the symptoms in the TM, tobacco plants. And Frankel-Conrad's experiment, what they did is the genome of viruses may be DNA or RNA, and most of the plant viruses have RNA as their hereditary material. What is the meaning of hereditary? The molecule or compound which are transferring from one generation to the other generation, that is called hereditary. And Frankel-Conrad in 1957 conducted the experiments on tobacco mosaic virus, that is TMV, to demonstrate that in some viruses RNA acts as a genetic material. And here we'll discuss a few characteristics of the tobacco mosaic virus, that is TMV. This TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, is a small virus which composed of single molecule of spring-like RNA, that is ribonucleic acid, and it will be encapsulated in a cylindrical protein coat. The spring-like RNA is encapsulated in a cylindrical protein coat, that is called capsid. The protein coat is called capsid. And this tobacco mosaic virus has a rod-like appearance. After the formation of the capsid, it will looks like a rod-like appearance, and its capsid, that is protein coat, is made from the 2130 molecules of coat proteins and one molecule of single strand RNA. This RNA consisting of nearly 6400 bases long. So this single stranded RNA, which is spring-like structure, is encapsulated by the protein coat, which is called capsid, and consisting of 2130 molecules of coat proteins. And the coat protein self-assemble into the rod-like helical structure. That is, per each helix, it is nearly 16.3 proteins per helix turn around the RNA, which forms a hairpin loop structure. This protein coat, when assembled around the RNA, it will looks like a hairpin loop structure. And the protein monomer, each monomer protein consisting of 158 amino acids. Actually, proteins are the molecules which consisting of amino acids as the building blocks. So the protein monomer consisting of 158 amino acids which are assembled into 4 main alpha helices, and these which are joined by a prominent loop proximal to the axis of the virion. Virion is nothing but infecting virus. So this protein monomer consisting of 158 amino acids which are assembled into 4 main alpha helices. Alpha helices are the secondary form of the protein structures, and which are joined by a prominent loop proximal to the axis of the virion. This RNA is located at the radius of around 4 nanometer and is protected from the action of cellular enzymes by the coat protein. See, when the RNA is freely is there, then it may be attacked by the cellular enzymes like exonuclease or maybe the endonucleases, which breaks the phosphodiester bond in the RNA so that it will get degraded. So to protect the RNA from the exonuclease and endonuclease, that is, those are cellular enzymes, this RNA is protected by the coat protein, which is called capsid. And inside the capsid helix near the core is the coiled RNA molecule, which is made up of 6395 plus or minus 10 nucleotides. This RNA is consisting of nearly 6400 base nucleotides or bases. Here you can see the structure. See, this red color is the RNA which is in the spring-like structure. Around this RNA, these are the protein monomers, and these are turned around the RNA so that it looks like a rod-like structure. This is the TMV, that is tobacco mosaic virus, which cause the disease in the tobacco plants. And after infecting on the leaves of the tobacco, the symptoms may be like mosaics. That's why it is called tobacco mosaic virus. This is the structure of the TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. And what they did, that is Frankel and Conrad and Singel, what they did with the TMV is that there are different strains of TMV can be identified on the basis of the differences in the chemical composition of their protein codes. See, TMV structure is very simple. RNA is there, around the RNA protein capsid is there, and this depending on the chemical composition of this protein code, that is nothing but amino acids, there are different strains of TMV are there. By using appropriate chemical treatments, this protein and RNA of ribonucleoviruses can be separated by using chemical treatment. That is actually virus consisting of only protein and RNA, so that by using proper chemical treatment, both RNA and protein can be separated. And moreover, these processes are irreversible by mixing the protein and RNA under appropriate conditions, so that it will be reconstitution will occur, yielding the complete infective TMV particles. Here you can understand that virus consisting of protein and RNA. With the chemical treatment, both protein and RNA can be separated, and under appropriate conditions, these two separated protein and RNA can be reassembled to give infective TMV particles. So it can be separated and it can be mixed so that reconstitution can be done. And they separated the protein and RNA of the virus and inoculated them into the healthy tobacco plants. What they did is, suppose they have taken one TMV particle, they have separated the protein and RNA, and they infected two healthy plants, that is tobacco plants, one plant with the protein and the other plant with the RNA. And however, to find out that if the genes of TMV are made up of RNA or protein, Frankel, Conrad and Singer carried out the further experiments. What they did in the further experiments is that the virus has a number of genetically different strains which can be distinguished from the type of symptoms they produce in the infected leaves, and also from their differing contents of amino acids in the proteins. See, the viruses are having different strains, and those strains can be identified depending on the symptoms on the leaves of the infected plant and also the chemical composition of the proteins, that is amino acid composition of the protein. There are different strains of TMV are there, and how they have used these different strains to infect the TMV and to prove the RNA as a genetic material, they have done the experiments in the following way. See, for example, what they did is strain HR, which is one of the strain of the TMV. This strain HR contains the amino acids histidine and methionine, both of which are absent from the standard TMV strain. Standard TMV strain is lacking of both histidine and methionine, but these two amino acids are present in the HR strain. So they took these two strains and separated their protein and RNA. They have taken these two strains, that is one HR strain and one standard TMV strain. They have separated both protein and RNA in these two strains. Then they reformed the hybrid viruses. Hybrid viruses, how they prepared that is, they have taken protein from one strain and RNA from the other strain. So they reformed the hybrid viruses by combining the protein of one strain with the RNA of the other strain. Just they did protein of one strain and RNA of other strain they have mixed. And the hybrid viruses were made to infect healthy tobacco plants where they replicated to produce new viruses. And these hybrid viruses were made to infect the healthy tobacco plants and they replicated to produce the new viruses also. And they have studied the type of symptoms produced were also analyzed. And the new viruses had the protein codes identical to the original virus from which RNA has been isolated. And here if you see from one strain they have taken the protein and from the other strain they have taken the RNA. And here whatever the new viruses are producing, they are identical to the original viruses from which the RNA has been isolated. So here we can understand that RNA acting as a genetic material, and in each case the symptoms were identical to those of the strain from which RNA has been isolated to reconstitute the hybrid virus. Here both symptoms are similar to the RNA viruses, and also the new viruses which are produced are also same identical to the RNA original viruses from which RNA has taken to reconstitute the hybrid molecules. So by this they can understand that only the RNA is acting as the genetic material. Here you can see in this diagram, see this is one strain, that is TMVA, and this is other strain TMVB, tobacco mosaic virus A, tobacco mosaic virus B, and they have done the degradation. Here degradation is nothing but separation of proteins and RNA. Here you can see these are the proteins and this is the RNA. They have separated both proteins and RNA. Here also they have separated proteins and RNA from TMVB. And here the hybrid molecules have they formed. See how they have formed that. See this is the RNA A, and they have taken the proteins from the strain B. They have taken the proteins from strain B. RNA from the strain A and proteins from the strain B they have taken and reconstituted the virus. And here what they did is they have taken the RNA from strain B and proteins are from the strain A. They have taken these proteins of strain B and reconstituted, and now they have injected these hybrid virus molecules into the leaf of the tobacco plants. See here you can see they have injected these hybrid virus particles into the leaf of the tobacco plant, and after that they have seen the both symptoms of the virus and also the new viruses. Here type A progeny has been produced. Type A means this, here we have used, they have used that RNA from the strain A, and here they have used RNA from the strain B. And when they extracted the proteins from this type A, the proteins are also from strain A only, not from B, because they have here the for the reconstitution of the virus they have used the proteins of strain B. But in the progeny molecules, that is in the newly formed virus particles, the proteins are similar to the original strain from which the RNA has been taken. And here also if you see the symptoms are of strain B and the progeny, that is new viruses, are from strain B only. Here there is no role of proteins, only the RNA is acting as the genetic material from which the disease is getting produced. And the same results were obtained with the various combinations of nucleic acid from 4 different strains and of protein from 3 strains, and the conclusion was obvious that genes of RNA viruses are made up of RNA but not with the protein. Here, Frankel, Conrad and Singer, what they have shown that the virus genetic material is RNA but not the protein. Whenever they have used in the reconstitution experiment from the strain from which the RNA has taken, only the new virus particles and also the symptoms are similar to the RNA viruses from which the RNA has been taken, but not from the proteins. And in the new virus particles, the proteins are from the original strain only. Whatever the different proteins they are using, it's not showing the used proteins. Whatever the RNA is there, the strain proteins are only present in the new virus particles. By this experiment, in the viruses, they have proved that RNA is the genetic material by Frankel, Conrad and Singer. And thank you to all.